Audrey from The Real Talk here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the movie Burning, and it's my first review of the year, so that's pretty exciting. And it's directed by Lee Chang-Dong, and it's starring, I am so sorry, I know I'm going to butcher these names, but it's starring Yoo Ah-in, Yeun, and Jeon Jong-Seo. I believe that's how you pronounce those names, like I said. I'm sorry. But anyways, so this movie is actually based on a short story by Murakami, and it's called Born Burning. And I heard a lot about this film, even from last year. I heard a lot of buzz about it. But to be honest, I honestly didn't think that they were gonna show it in my area. But to my surprise, they actually did. It had one showtime. Well, not one showtime. It had two showtimes, but a one night release. So I jumped on it as soon as I saw that they were going to show it. I was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to go watch it. But anyways, I'm really, really glad that I did because it's an amazing film. What a great way for me to start off my year with this movie. I'm going to just kind of summarize it a bit. It's going to be spoiler free. But anyway, so we have the main character, and his name's Jong-Soo, and he's just a guy that just graduated college. He's working odds and end jobs, and he's taking care of his dad's farm. And along the way, he reconnects, I should say, with a childhood friend named Haimi, which right off the bat, I'm going to say her performance was amazing. She did such a great job, and I heard that she's a newcomer. I'm not exactly sure. Don't quote me on that, but if she is, she really brought her A game. She did an amazing, stellar job, and I'll go into that a little bit later. But anyways, so they meet and they kind of reconnect, and they spend a little time together, and then she goes off on a trip, and she comes back with a friend named Ben that she met up with on her trip. They weren't friends before, but they became friends over there, and he comes back with her, and then the three of them kind of hang out. They hang out a few times, and Ben's character, which is played by Yeun, which also did an amazing job. He has his character is mysterious. It's never really fully disclosed exactly what it is that he does for a living. But all we know is that he's well off. He drives a nice car. He lives in a nice area. He has fancy friends. But we don't really know exactly what it is he does. We just know that he's young and rich. But that's good because it helps keep kind of the mysterious side of him. But yeah, anyway, so the three of them kind of hang out, and it shows a little bit of the times that they hang out and a little bit of Haimi and Jung-Soo's dynamic. But yeah, so the performances of this film were amazing. I think the performances alone were worth watching this movie. And I'm not going to lie to you, this movie is a slow movie. It is a slow-paced movie, slow burning. There are times where you're just kind of like, okay, like, where is this going? What does this have to do with anything? And it does feel slow at times, but I promise it's worth it at the end. It's those movies that after you kind of step back, and you're like, oh, you get like this like kind of enlightened feeling where you're just like, oh, that makes perfect sense. I completely get it now. And at the moment, you're just kind of like, what? Like, where's this going? But like I said, you kind of just have to stick through it. You have to meditate on it so you can fully absorb everything and the genius behind this film. Because it's not an instant gratification film. It's not going to just give everything away. No, it's not like that at all. It makes you kind of work for it and put things together and think about it. And I think that's why I love these films, because it makes you kind of work for the storyline and what is happening. But it was beautifully directed, shot wonderfully as well. Some really beautiful shots, I think. And like I said, the performances were standout. I think from Steven, we saw his acting abilities really shine through, because I've only seen him in The Walking Dead, I think. I think he's done other stuff, but I can't remember at this very moment. I'm sorry, but his most known performance is probably from The Walking Dead. And you really see him stand out in this film. He brings it his all, and you can see that he really, really has what it takes to be an actor. And I thought that was great. I was super happy to see him in that role. But yeah, and like I said, this movie, you have to kind of, I don't want to spoil anything, but just keep your eye on out for parts of the movie. The movies like this, they have one scene, and it's just one scene that can make or break the film. And this film has a scene that's just really powerful, and you have to keep your eye on out for that. But like I said, I don't want to spoil anything. But I would really like to know your guys' thoughts. If you have seen the movie, let me know what you thought about it in the comments down below. If you haven't seen it, or maybe they're not showing it in your area, I can totally relate to that. But if they are, I highly recommend that you go watch it and check it out. Give it a chance. I know you'll end up liking it. And I really, really want to discuss it with people who have seen it. So if you have seen it, let me know what your interpretation of it was. Maybe it was completely different than mine. Maybe we had a completely different perception of what it all meant and stuff like that. So I would love to hear all of that. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We have new videos weekly. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave all our social media links down below like always. And I think that's it for me, you guys. I am really excited. I hope you guys had a good New Year. I'm really excited for the New Year because for movie lovers, what that means is that we get a whole nother year of great films ahead of us. So that's pretty exciting. But yeah, I think that's it for me, you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.